And now to inflation in the U.S. Almost everything that we want to buy, from food to gas and cars and coffee, is costing us more. New Labor Department data shows that consumer prices rose 0.9% last month, and they're up 5.4% from a year ago. These are the largest increases since the Great Recession of 2008. To help break it all down, we're joined by ABC's Chief Business and Economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis. Becky, thanks so much for coming on the show. Tell us, what's driving these price hikes, and would you say that this is affecting nearly all Americans?
Well, it is affecting all Americans, Lindsay, because it is widespread. Used car prices up 10.5%, beef prices up 4.5%, and that's just month over month between May and June. And what's driving the increase in prices is a handful of factors. First of all, when it comes to cars, there is a global chip shortage. That's been in play for some time now, and what it means is we're producing fewer cars as a result. So if you're on the market for a car, a used car, or even a rental car, that global chip shortage is helping to drive that up. Rental cars, by the way, during the pandemic, a lot of the rental car makers got rid of some of their fleets. They didn't know that they would be needing them in the summer where everyone suddenly wants to travel. So you have this combination, Lindsay, of problems that happened to supplies during the pandemic. Fewer supplies were created, and now you have this massive demand from consumers as everybody wants to get out and play and enjoy the summer because we're all coming out of hibernation finally, Lindsay.
And the White House and the Fed believe that this inflation is temporary, but some economists fear that this could be longer lasting.
This is a really divided question right now. You have the White House, the Treasury Secretary, the Federal Reserve Chair, all believing that this is temporary, that these prices will moderate and become more normalized towards the end of this year, whereas some others, like the former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, have issued warnings that this could be more of a sign of hyperinflation. Now, here's the reality. We don't know what will happen to prices 5 weeks from now or 5 months from now, but what we have seen are some really interesting things happen to prices already. Lumber prices, copper prices, they shot up coming out of the pandemic because more people wanted to build homes and more construction was happening. Well, those prices have moderated, and sometimes, Lindsay, the cure for high prices is high prices because people seize on the opportunity. If you build or create lumber, suddenly you want to make more of it when the prices go up. And if you're a buyer of lumber, you might not want to buy as much of it as prices are higher. You're going to wait until they come down, and that is what ends up creating the better mix for prices and sending prices lower. Now, in general, what we're looking for is 2% inflation. 5.4% is more than double that, so they do need to come down substantially to be more of what we would consider normal and good for the economy.
So sometimes the cure for higher prices is higher prices. Makes sense. And lastly, the U.S. economy moving again, and some Americans are getting raises. So is inflation just the flip side of economic growth, or could this be a sign of trouble ahead?
It could be a sign of trouble. We still don't know. And again, on that divided issue, Lindsay, you're going to have the economists who say it is a sign of trouble and others who say it's a sign of an economy coming out of a pandemic. When you go from zero to something, you're going to see greater inflation. That is why the last time we saw numbers like these was coming out of 2008 and the Great Recession. The issue right now for people who are getting bonuses and raises and attracted to this jobs market, which is frankly red hot if you're an employee looking for work, is that when you see prices go up by that amount, suddenly that extra paycheck doesn't stretch as far. In fact, your bonus or your raise might end up being a moot point when you have to pay 10.5% more to own a used car month over month, Lindsay.
Rebecca Jarvis, always good to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.